Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Saturday, December 24th, 2011, and this is Fighting Fire with Fire, the AJ Rose Show. I just got back from Gillette Stadium where the Patriots laid an egg in the first half. We're down 17 to nothing, came back to beat the Dolphins 27 to 24. They now have secured a first round bye for the NFL playoffs. However, that is not the topic of today's show because I could not let the NBA season start without a preview video from myself. I needed to make some predictions and tell you what I think about some of the offseason moves. Obviously, there were four teams that made pretty good offseason moves. One being the Clippers, who are now the headliner of the season. It looks like between Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, the acquisition of Chauncey Billups. They got DeAndre Jordan, Caron Butler. That team, the Los Angeles Clippers, or Lob City, as I like to call them. I think that they are going to be very good. I don't know if they'll win the West or win the title, but they'll be incredibly entertaining to watch. The Bulls made a really good signing in Rip Hamilton. I think Rip Hamilton will be a very good scorer for them. I don't know if he was the perfect person because he's not as good at creating his own shot as a guy like Jason Richardson, who I thought might sign with the Bulls. But still, I think that team is better, and I think Boozer is going to have a comeback year. Now, the Indiana Pacers made a very sneaky signing. They signed David West, who I thought was going to sign with my beloved Boston Celtics, but unfortunately he did not. He signed with the Pacers. They also traded their guard Brandon Rush to the Warriors for Luis Amundsen, who's a really good hustle player, who's pretty good defensively. The Pacers are also 1 year older and better. They could be a 4 or 5 seed in the East. The Knicks probably made the biggest splash. They amnestied Chauncey Billups and signed Tyson Chandler and Baron Davis. Now, Baron Davis can do one of two things. He can either be really fat and out of shape and be an awful player for the Knicks, or he can realize that if he gets in shape, he can just totally win over the crowd, and Madison Square Garden will love him. And that's what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to be really good. He's going to be kind of like he was in 2007 when he led the Warriors to a first-round upset of the Mavericks. So I think we're going to see good Baron Davis. And lastly, I definitely have to say that the Lakers took a step down. I think that they gave away Lamar Odom for nothing for a draft pick and a trade exception, which still scratches my head. And then the Mavericks picked up Odom to fill in where Tyson Chandler had left a space. The great pickup by them. So a lot of offseason trading. Dwight Howard didn't actually move teams. I don't think he will. I think he'll play out the year in Orlando, and then we'll see where he goes. As for my predictions for the season, I think that out of the East, you're going to have a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. I think it's going to be a really tightly contested series, but I have the same outcome as last year. I have the Miami Heat winning. The Miami Heat are going to win the Eastern Conference. The Miami Heat are going to win the Eastern Conference Championship, and they're going to go back to the NBA Finals. In the Western Conference, it's a lot more of a toss-up. The Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Thunder are probably the favorites. You obviously have the Lakers, you have the Clippers, and you have the old teams like the Spurs. Personally, I think that I'm going to make not an upset pick, but because they're one of the teams that are contending, but I don't think many people have them. I think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to go to the NBA Finals. And by the way, I'm not a gambling man because I'm not 21, but all the NBA odds to win the title in Vegas, the Grizzlies at 30 to 1 are probably the best bet. So that means that we have a Grizzlies Heat NBA Finals, and I have exactly what I don't want to see happen. I'm predicting that the Miami Heat win the NBA title. LeBron gets his first ring against the monkey off his back. I think LeBron probably wins Finals MVP, and they beat the Memphis Grizzlies in 6 games. And I think it'll be really tough to watch, especially as a Celtics fan and a guy who doesn't like LeBron very much. But it's my prediction for what's going to happen. Now, I really hope I'm wrong, but that's what I predict. And as for my bold prediction of the year, and this is going to sound a little crazy, but I think that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to make the NBA playoffs. I think that depth is really important in this shortened season, playing 66 games in 120 days, and therefore the Timberwolves with a 10-man rotation are going to be able to win some games just by the fact that they have 10 guys who they can rely on to play. That's going to do it for the NBA preview. I'll be back. I'm flying to Florida tomorrow on Christmas, and so hopefully we'll have some sunnier videos while I'm down in Boca Raton. But for all of us here at the AJ Rose Show, and by all of us I mean me, have a really Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Happy holidays, and I'm out.